Hello, this is Sterling with Sterling We Pokemon, name pending. Today we're going to be talking about the Pokémon Champions trailer that dropped during the Pokémon Presents last week. Let's get right to it. So, as a recap, they celebrated the 20-odd years of Pokémon together with these home consoles bringing the mobile games to the TV. Now, when I see Pokémon Battle Revolution, my mind goes berserk. I love this game. So the amount of disappointment I had when the next trailer opens with this, so clapped. Oh my gosh, like what am I looking at? It seems so safe, sterilized, corporate almost, when a lot of these costumes that I'm used to for Pokemon Battle Revolution, I mean, look at this. This is insane. The amount of costumes in this game and customization, crazy. Now, I know this is the basic skin, and I know Nintendo is just going to release an e-reader plug-in where you can swipe your credit card and get the cool skins, such as these, but I'm not a fan of the designs. So my expectations were up here, way to the floor in the first 6 seconds. This is a horrible way to open. God damn, 4 seconds in. So now we see some of the arena here. It's quite nice. Way better than PNGs in the background. But then again, like the scale that Battle Revolution had with some of these stadiums is crazy. And to just have this, I can assume that these will be customizable as well, but already, like, there's no saving against their own work here. I do appreciate that they added the percent values for the health bar. Further breaking this down, I can see a 10-minute timer. I know people were upset about that when they introduced that in Sword and Shield, I believe. Here we see a double battle, more of these percent signs, linking to Pokemon Home, which we talked about in a previous video. The amount of speculation I had a few weeks ago probably would have gotten me fired. I was talking about having a Game Boy Advance to GameCube adapter, plugging that into a GameCube controller to USB to your Switch, and then adding Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby Sapphire, Emerald Pokemon straight into Pokemon Home that way, bypassing Gens 4 through 7. That didn't happen. I don't think it will happen. If it happens, then someone answered my prayers here. We're gonna keep going. To recruiting, this is going to be interesting. So if somehow you're playing this game and you do not have any Pokemon in Pokemon Home, better luck next time. Like, now you're going to be scrounging up some credits to afford your Charizards, your Feraligatrs, your Servines. Now, I wonder if these will be like a selective run or unlocked somehow. That seems like the better option, similar to TCG Pocket, how you'll unlock characters through gameplay. At least for Pocket, you open a certain amount of cards, and if you get certain cards, you are able to rent the whole box deck. But we'll see what happens. I think I read somewhere that these V credits will not be the microtransaction. I think that's going to be heavily centered towards cosmetics and a different coin. Something further, we noticed that the extremely effective versus super effective. This is an interesting one, mostly ineffective versus not very effective. That's interesting to see. I'm not sure exactly what they were thinking with these symbols. Like, why would the not very effective have the right side up equilateral triangle? But I digress. Picky. Here's where the fun begins. The total stat points, very different from EVs and IVs. The total stat points looks like it goes to 66, and that looks like it may just be the effective spread. EVs, IVs, they've continually made it easier to change these ever since they were released in Ruby and Sapphire. You got bottle caps, but you really have no way to lower it. Here we can see more V credits to change moves, abilities, natures, and stat points. I wonder if this will be a permanent fix if you took these out of Pokemon Champions and placed them back into Pokemon Home. I would assume so, but I'm curious to see how these stat points translate from EVs and IVs. We'll just have to see what happens. There was one more thing that I wanted to talk about. So in the first trailer, terrestrialization was present, as well as Mega Evolutions, but will we be seeing further gimmicks as well as select items in these games? I'm very curious to see. I'm sure that a lot of these items in the background here will be purchased through the V credits, but these Z crystals and Gigantamax, Dynamax will be very interesting to see. Here I predicted some of the costume selects. I assume it's going to be more like this Pokken select screen. No such nature for customizing Pokemon. I'm sorry, y'all, to let you down. Triple battles and rotation battles were not announced, but I assume that these will come into play once a Gen 5 remake is announced and released. We'll just have to wait and see. I think the Pokemon Company expressed that this will be more for a Generation 10 battling simulator, so they can focus on the story and map of the next Gen 10 game. With that, it most likely comes with a Gen 5 remake or remaster. Very excited to see, unless they go with these avatars. That is just ugly. I mean, those gotta be like safety glasses, right? Like, what's going on here? Not to rag on this game further, I'm very excited to see what's next for this game. I will be playing it extensively. I remember playing Showdown all throughout high school, and this just looks like a step up with enhanced graphics. I definitely won't be leaving Showdown. The versatility is unmatched when it comes to team customization, as well as trainers too. I mean, there's a plethora of customization there. The random battles, there's probably not something we'll see in this game, as well as the amount of Smogon regulations involved. But we'll just have to wait and see on how well this game is received. I'm sure it'll do great. I mean, look at Pokemon Unite. No one asked for that, and yet it found its place. So until the next time, thanks for watching.